Hi folks, welcome. This is our last class for 2024. This is class number 32. So this is affectionately known as 32 class. We have 15 students, one more than normal. We have 7 wounded vets that are here as on our scholarship program, but all but 1 or 2 of the others are vets as well. We actually have Jack Hughes, World War II vet here, 97. So they've been working all week. Today was half-blind dovetail day, so you're going to get a chance to see their work, see how they've done. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to get a chance to talk to them. For those of you at home or might be watching for the first time, this is what we do to help raise funds to run our Purple Heart Project, which is something that happens 6 times a year, 1 each month starting in April. We bring these guys in for a 6-day, very intense hand tool workshop. Essentially, you're trying to teach them the skills required to build a piece of furniture as if it was 200 years ago. So no power tools. They process, I'll just show you real quick. We give them a piece of rough lumber, like this. They cut it to length with a handsaw, and then they have to dimension it so that it is flat, smooth, and square on all 6 surfaces. And then they'll turn that into one of 2 projects. One's on the simpler side, one's on the more complicated side. So one is something we call a bench hook, which is a shop-made implement that you would use. If I had to cut a piece of lumber to length, I don't want to cut into my bench. So there's a cleat back here that holds on. Squeeze it like this, and then I would go in. That's the wrong saw, it's my dovetail. But you would go in and you would cut that, dropping into this piece, which becomes the sacrificial piece. The other option they have is to make a candle box. So they would cut half-blind dovetails, walnut ends, then they do something for a lid. The lid drops in place, and that's where you would store your candles. So the idea is they're building a piece of furniture with just hand tools, this way it would have been done in 1824. So we're going to go around and see how they're doing. The place is a little bit messy, but they've been hard at work. Fed them extremely well this week. If you're a combat wounded vet that's watching, that's been to our class, we'd like to hear from you. So Ken Anthony, who manages the shop, is monitoring that. So if you're there, please give us a shout out so we can bring back a memory and give you a shout out. You just have to go on the chat, or on the, what is it called, the chat? The chat, and put, what did they put? At Ken Anthony, and then your name and what year, what class you were here. And we'll test my memory. If you would like to participate, we are a registered 501c3 in the United States under the name The Purple Heart Project. And we are I haven't got this down yet. In Canada, we are a registered charitable nonprofit organization. Luther Sheely is the director in the United States for the 501c3, and Ken Anthony is the director for the one in Canada. You're welcome to donate. It costs $50,000 each year to do this. We bring in 42 soldiers. We take care of them, we feed them, we house them. Each one takes home in Canadian dollars about $5,000 worth of premium tools. And then thanks to Jack Lane and Jim Rossetti and all of the bench brigade members around the globe, literally, these are volunteers who, can we take, Jack, can we say goodbye to you before you leave?
Pardon?
I'm interrupting my broadcast. I want to be able to say goodbye to you. So if you hold that close to your mouth. So you can hear. This is Jack Hughes. Now I have an uncle that served in World War II that I grew up with. And what do you suppose his name was? Jack Hughes.
Really?
There's a hockey player named Jack Hughes too.
Yeah, well, this one's special to me. So Jack was here 2 years ago, came and took the class. First time we'd ever have a World War II vet in our class. called me 4 or 5 months ago and said, Rob, if I'm still around, I'd like to come back. I said, Jack, you come on back and you come back and break our age record. So Jack, just tell them, just give them a quick once over on your experience now that you've been here twice, and tell them why we do it.
This is such a unique experience. There's nothing like it I've ever seen before in my 97 years of dealing with groups of people. This one has a rather unique characteristic as to the brotherhood that exists between the members here. It is something I've never seen to this degree before, and is much appreciated, as much as the excellent instruction in woodworking that we've gotten. Thank you.
And food.
Oh, I forgot the food.
Don't forget the girls in the kitchen,
Yeah,
including your daughter.
my daughter tagged along with me both times and is served with an excellent gourmet kitchen adjacent to our workshop here. It's not 10 steps hardly from where I'm standing. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Now you notice Jack's got a couple of black eyes, but you should see Luther. Thanks, Jack. We'll see you in the morning. We let Jack leave a little bit early. It's because Ginny's tired. So back to what I was saying, we bring them in, we take care of them. We also have 7 spots available each class for paying customers. A lot of them are vets, doesn't matter, you can come do whatever. There's 42 of those spots available each year. That will become available. We're going to release the dates around the 1st of November.
Yeah.
And then it gives you 30 days to plan. And then the end of November, we release them for sale. Last year in 6 days, they were all gone. So if you're interested and you want to be part of this, make sure you have your alarm clock set. All right. So if you stand here and you look over this crowd, see lots of shavings on the floor. A lot of people busy working away. Let's start at the back this time. Can you let me know when I have someone to say hello to, please? I was going to say, it takes a lot of money to do this. We don't mind paying for it. But if you'd like to be a part of that, we welcome you. You can just go on there and make your donation. They'll keep leaving links. At the end of the night, we tally up all of our donations, and for every $1,000 that was donated, we'll give away a really nice prize through a draw. Register for the draw. You don't have to donate to register. There. Can you hold this really close to your mouth just because of all the background noise?
Sure, Rob.
So
Closer.
this man is an EOD. That stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. These are the guys that go in and find or disarm any of those roadside bombs and things that you always would hear about during Iraq and Afghanistan conflicts. So these guys put it in the line, and we have tons of EODs. Probably the best represented discipline in the service is EOD, because guys like Jeff O'Connor and a few others that really have done a remarkable job of sharing this with us. Just tell them I want you to do 3 things. Talk to the people that made it possible for you to be here. Talk to your fellow soldiers who need to be here, and say hi to your family.
Okay. So, one, I can't thank you enough, Rob, for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome.
So, as Rob mentioned, I'm Navy EOD. So, 23 years, 9 combat tours.
Whoa. And what are you?
A woodworker.
No.
Canadian.
Thank you.
I served. I was blown up a couple times in Iraq and Afghanistan, and through my process of recovery, I was able to get involved with woodworking thanks to mutual friends that went through the program. They helped me get through some really rough times. So, for any of the vets that were wounded and want to go through something that will really change your life, this is a phenomenal program. I can't say enough to Rob, the staff here. everyone else that's involved in this. It's a phenomenal organization, and it truly is life-changing. To my family, Weston, Evie, Wyatt, I love you. Christy, I love you. You're my everything. And can't wait to see you guys again. Once again, thank you to everyone. Purple Heart Project.
How'd you get here? Who told you about it?
My friend Jeff O'Connor and Dave Demir told me all about this, and phenomenal people. They helped me get here, and like I said, it's a truly life-changing experience.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. He's Canadian. See that Band-Aid?
Yeah.
Never falls off. Well, this is a unique class because in this class we have 3 full bird colonels. We have 2 majors. Is that what we said? 2 majors. Luthi?
04 and 05. Lieutenant
Two majors?
Lieutenant Colonel, Lieutenant Commander.
Okay, oh, that's same. Okay, two lieutenant commanders.
04.
Full of rank in this class. One of them. Take this. You got to hold it close to your mouth because of all the background noise.
Hello.
Now, you don't tell all the stories about Luther.
Hi, my name's Bob Cunningham. Retired from the Army after 30 years. Live in Northern Virginia. Have watched Rob on YouTube for probably 10 years, and always wanted to come here. And I would just give everyone 2 things to think about. One is, if you know a wounded warrior, what a great program to come to. They get kind of back in the groove. It's people that understand them, people that will help them, and it costs them absolutely nothing. And the second point I would make is, many of us have been fortunate in life, and God has blessed us with a lot of resources, and I would ask you to think about, look inside yourself and say, how can we help out this organization? There's no government money. It's Rob, his family, doing all this work from the bottom of their heart, and I think we owe Rob and his family a big thank you. Thank you.
Just a little something about Colonel Luther. Tell me how long you've known him.
Okay.
Too long? Is that an answer?
I've known Luther a long time. I knew him before he had a beard, before he had a funny accent. I knew him when he was kind of a normal person, and he didn't. He wasn't as expressive as he is right now. So he is actually the antithesis of the guy I knew in 1991. But fortunately, he's got a great wife, and I don't know how she puts up with him. Thank you.
Thank you. One colonel to another. Can I take you away from your busy... Oh, sorry. I'm going to come right back.
No problem.
We got to go back over here. I forgot. My apologies. Show us your best dovetail, the one you're most proud of there.
Well, it's my first half blind I've ever done.
First ever half blind. And let's say see your first through dovetail. First through dovetail. That looks really good. That's awesome. That's the EOD quality. Thank you.
You want to see mine first?
Bob, yeah. Well, I want to see the one you're most proud of.
So this is my first dovetail I actually completed. I would show you my half-blind dovetail, but I think it's being shipped to the Woodworking Hall of Fame right now. Or shame, but we'll work on that and we'll get better next time.
All right. Thank you. Nathan, if you could hold that close to your mouth just because of the background noise.
Is that good?
Yeah. Let's start off with your dovetail, and then I want you to tell people who you are.
All right.
Which one are you most proud of?
I think this one here.
That one?
Second one here in the class.
Okay. Look at this.
I
Really
told Rob
good.
this before. I'd gone to
Awesome.
a class about 20 years ago
taken a Dovetail class and left that class basically terrified of doing dovetails. Never really tried anything since. And so when I heard about his class and saw his method, I was like, that's something that's definitely really interested in. I'm glad I'm here, learned a lot. It's just an impressive technique, impressive program that he's got, and his heart for the wounded warriors or the Purple Heart people and the people that are wounded just comes through as really important and impressive. Thank you for what you're doing there for those people, and just the effort that you've put in to really help these people, help them in any way you can through the woodworking and the peace and whatnot that they get through the program, and also for the bench brigade that you mentioned that gets benches out for vets so that they can actually get back home and continue to do woodworking and what they've learned here, and then continue with the therapy that the woodworking is. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. It's an honor to do it. Anybody at home?
I have a wife, and I'm not sure if she's watching tonight or not, and then got 3 kids throughout the country. So one's at home, one's in Georgia, and one's in North Carolina. So shout out to my family, my wife, who's here, but not here.
Well, mention a little bit about the culinary experience.
Oh, yes. So before I came here, I'd been on a diet, losing some weight, and I think I've lost that diet.
But
I want to give thanks to my wife for her support here as well on getting me here, and she bought this for me today, so came in and did that, so thank you.
Good. Glad you've been here.
Thank you.
Not done.
Yep.
Oh, you can't swing a cat around here without hitting a kernel. This one's a special one. You gotta keep that really close to your mouth just because of the background noise. This is Erica. Erica with a C. My Erica has a K. This is Luther's better half. Take it away.
Yes, so I'm really grateful to be here. I've been listening to Rob and Jake talk for about a decade now.
Yes,
and
it is.
I've just thought they were the most amazing people for taking care of soldiers and sailors and airmen and all the people that are need this program. And I knew it was an incredible program because I could hear the stories, but now that I'm actually here witnessing it for myself, I'm just even more amazed and just so proud of this program that they've developed, and really I can't thank Rob enough for everything that he does and how passionate he is about things that are important to him, and so grateful that he found his calling, or one of the things that he's passionate about is taking care of wounded warriors. So thank you, Rob and Jake, and I hope more of you, more people who need something to get your mind off things that happen to you, wherever you might have been deployed, or in any kind of engagement that you were in, that you might need something to occupy your mind so that you're not back in things that are like traumatizing to you and making you struggle. There's people out here that really do care about you. So if you put your application in, like they said, it's totally free, and you got a lot of support. And then after that, you have a new community that's going to continue to take care of you. So if you need some help and you want to be a part of a new community, definitely think about this program.
Oh, how many years service?
I did 33 years. So I'm an Army veteran, and lots and lots of deployments. 27 months in Iraq during the surge. So the terrible times of war. I've definitely seen my fair share.
Mom in San Diego?
My mom's in California. We'll watch this later on the reruns. Hi, Mom. Hi, buddy.
Over and
we miss
over
you.
again. Best dovetail. Which one?
So I knew nothing about woodworking before I came here. I knew some of the words because I listened to Luther and Rob speak all the time. I didn't know any of these tools and what they did, but on my first try, with a lot of instruction, I think it looks pretty. So
I think that's the first time we've heard it described as
yeah, well.
pretty.
So yeah.
It's actually
feminine
really
word,
impressive.
a feminine touch. So I think I can go live off grid do woodworking without any electricity if that ever happens.
Some mention of the kitchen?
Oh my goodness, I think I've definitely gained 10 pounds. The food here is phenomenal, and not only is it tasty,
Hey, you know what?
but it's absolutely healthy.
Talk as a woman, and what I mean by that is, they always hear the guys going on. They think they're just going over, because everybody that comes to the class says, "I heard them talk about the food, but I could never have imagined it been like this." So, from someone.
So, I mean, the
from
food,
a different perspective.
The food is a culinary delight. I mean, besides, it's the most pristine, presentation. And it's just beautiful presentation. But more importantly, the ingredients are the freshest and the most healthy. And there's not one ingredient on the watch list of something that's dietary, for any kind of restrictions. I mean, they really look out for wholesome food, whole foods, a lot of berries, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and they don't use any sugar, no artificial preservatives or anything that would be considered unhealthy, and still it tastes good. I mean, we had cheesecake that wasn't made out of cheese, so it was made out of all healthy ingredients with nuts and we had pudding that was made out of eggs, and it tasted like pudding.
Wasn't that bizarre?
It was amazing. Yeah, so you can actually eat healthy, and it actually tastes good. So if you use quality ingredients and you have people who know what they're doing, I mean, yeah, it's the best food you're ever going to find. There's no restaurant I think that makes food any better than this. It's the best. Like
and if there was, you couldn't afford it.
Michelin 5-star, yeah, for sure, 100%.
You really get to appreciate. In order to make good food, you have to spend money on really good ingredients, and what a difference it makes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to pause here because Moose is here, and then we're going to pick this up again. So we're going to go all the way to Denmark when we come back. So my friend the Moose is here. And you're going to hear a lot more from him in coming weeks and months. But for now, he's going to take over and do his normal routines. You want me to just get out of the way?
Yeah, you're a bit of a camera hog.
Hey, folks. Give the Moose your attention, please. Got little treats.
Moose is on the loose.
Hockey buddy.
Jordan.
Talk about taking all the limelight.
Yeah. Jordan,
scoring all the goals.
You're first up. This is partly for your service, but mostly for your great hockey skills. Yeah, no one wants to hear me. I'm just a pretty face.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate
That one's worth a little hug. You guys are get a bit more of a connection than anybody else.
Can't hug
See you on the ice tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Hug in the shower.
Ron.
Yep.
Ron's our only Canadian vet this time.
I'll give you
It's good stuff.
Had to hug because they're Canadian.
Canadian hug and a belly bump.
There you go. Thank you.
Derek.
Come on, Derek. Remember Derek? Derek's been here before.
Yes.
He came back to my assistant.
Thanks, sir.
You can't hug him. He's got a chisel in his hand. Where's Frick?
This is very soft. Very nice. Thank you, sir.
I have word that this person that serves a Purple Heart may not have one. Erica.
There she is here.
No one can imagine what you endure. Frank.
Word is when she dies, she's going straight to heaven.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know where Frank's from? Denmark.
Oh, yeah.
Speak a little Denmarkish.
So he doesn't go home for lunches.
No.
Well, this is tricky when you have dentures. Thayer.
Thayer. Hey,
Thanks.
Moose, Canadian.
Oh, there you go.
Disguised as an American, but he's a Canadian. And he came here because of Jeff O'Connor.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Brandon.
And Dave Demir, don't let me forget that.
They keep getting bigger here.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate your service.
Thank you, sir.
Charles.
He's just a little guy.
Yes.
It's getting bigger.
I gotta be careful hugging you, I might get hurt.
That's all right, I'm half Canadian.
Are you? Oh yeah, that's right too. His mother's.
Scotia.
Yeah, and mother from Maine.
I see a little blue in his nose there.
Thank you.
And Bob, where's Bob? He wanted to buy one. Bud, big ugly dude.
So Bob is a colonel that went to colonel school with Luther. He's known Luther longer than Erica
How come he's
has.
so quiet?
He's the other half.
There you go.
Since you stole the moose name, I'll revert to Bud.
Okay,
Big
thanks,
ugly
Bud.
dude.
Is that it? We went through 7 that quick? 8, 9.
That was quick.
9. Awesome. Well, we don't forget our civilian students, so I'm going to have Ken step right in here, fashionably dressed tonight in his dead cat sweater.
Okay, how about Ursula? Somebody has to be first.
That was some blocking they was doing there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jack? Oh, Jack's gone, isn't he?
Yes, Jack did.
Yeah, okay. Jack. David? Okay. Nathan?
I'll shake him down.
Yeah.
Nathan?
Just bring it.
And then Rod? You're welcome. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Jim? And then Daniel and
So
Bob.
how are you going home? The other bed?
Bob?
Do you want to bite these?
Daniel? Where? Proud
Brisket. Wouldn't you wander back there?
Bob.
Take it home with you. Hey, Moose, I'll see you tomorrow.
There we go. All set.
All right, everybody's clothed. Wonderful. Thanks, Ken. Anybody to say hello to?
Yes.
Let's have them, would you please?
Okay, we have Michael Delva,
Michael, howdy boy.
Wally Rao,
Wally, Canadian.
Nathan Hoffman, class number 29,
Nate.
Ryan Groves, September 22, and you know
Ryan,
that fellow.
yeah.
Kim's wife, you know.
Kim's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, Kim's
Jeff
husband.
O'Connor.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you did a good job, Jeffrey. There's got a couple of guys in here that mentioned being here because of you.
And Brent's on, of course.
And Brent. And Brent was my assistant. Brent was my assistant in September, and Brent is also a board member now, just a recently appointed board member on the Purple Heart Project. Both or just one?
Both.
Well, both. Canada. Yeah, so he's dual citizen.
Oh.
And a big hello to Angie, who's at home waiting for a t-shirt order so she can go back to work. So if you don't have a Purple Heart t-shirt, I sleep with them, but I don't have one tonight. Is that all right? Oh, Angie. Oh, Angie, this is for you. What is there any occasion that we can sing to her?
Well, let's see, it's not Thanksgiving, or not her birthday till May. So.
Yeah, okay. We'll come back in May.
Say hi to Angie, clap and take us.
Big shout out for Angie. All right, let's go back to work. We're going to visit with Frank. Frank, make sure you tell them why you're here.
Why I'm here?
As a result of.
Well, the thing is that one of my Danish friends.
Look up here.
Yeah.
So, excuse me just one second. You'll see 5 flags, and these 5 flags represent countries that we have had combat wounded vets come from. Obviously, Canada, United States, and if you don't know some of these, the next one is Australia. So we've had 2 Aussies, also known as diggers. And then over here we have the flag of Denmark, and we've had 2, Casper being one of them, and then we've had 1 from Ireland. Go right ahead.
Sure thing. So the reason I sort of ended up here in Canada was Casper, as you mentioned. His wife is good friends with my girlfriend, and I think they've been chatting about me being frustrated about not being able to do any like crafting stuff or being basically useless when it comes to wood, but really liking to work with wood. So Casper caught up on that and took me aside one day and told me about this project, and he was going. And as soon as he came home and said, "Oh, Frank, you got to do this. This is just amazing." So showed me some of the stuff he'd done and what he'd learned, and I was amazed and thought, okay, this guy can get that good. I might have a chance to just learn a little. So I signed up and got a spot, which I'm so appreciative of. It's so amazing to be here. And yeah, so we've been on it for now, 4 days? And to me, this is, I'm quite impressed with myself having done that.
Very impressive. And his half blind too. I think the half blind was the best one I saw. If it wasn't the best, it was tied for the best.
Thank you so much.
So lots of folks at home. Anyone you want to say hello to?
Well, of course, big thanks to Casper who helped me get a spot here, and then secondly also my girlfriend who's at home taking care of house and the dog and everything and waiting for me to get home, and so allowed me, said it was okay that I spent a week of our holiday away. So yeah, that's the two main important persons to say hi.
How long did you serve?
Well, I was in the Danish Army for 6 years. Did 2 tours, one in Afghanistan, one in Iraq. In Iraq, we were in Basra Air Station, which was one of the most IDF hit bases in the area. So we had like 700 shells hitting the camp during 6-month deployment. So that was the tough part of that. We actually slept better when we were out of camp, slept in the desert and stuff. We got better sleep there. And then Afghanistan did 6 months there, where my platoon got the nickname Pressure Plate Platoon because we hit 5 IDs in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I take my share of bombs, I think.
Well, any word to fellow soldiers anywhere in the world in terms of coming here? In other words, echo the same advice Casper gave you.
Yeah, well, as I said before, this is an amazing opportunity. I've, and on several occasions been sort of like touched by the overwhelming things that are going on here. The one from your family, what you share with us, learning what we get, and what I take, from here, the classes and stuff. So definitely, if you in any way see yourself doing woodwork, feeling the joys of working with your hands, this is a great opportunity to just get out there and learn some good skills, which as I see it, is quite viable for many things doing woodwork. So I just get there, apply as fast as you can. It's to me, it's been amazing so far.
Now the last thing, you weren't quite that size when you got here.
No, we're eating extremely well, and me being a foodie, I just love food and I eat a lot. So like 2 years ago, I lost 80 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, so I think I'm starting to putting some of them on again. So I've been thinking about it if I need an upgrade for a flight home because I need a wider seat. So yeah, it's amazing
they work
food.
hard.
Yeah, they work hard and it's tasteable. It's really amazing, the food. So fun, and also new stuff to taste. Some of the stuff we've tasted here we don't have in Denmark, so it's been fun to try something new also. So, and good quality food. Yeah. I think I've eaten more berries here than I've been eating like the last half year. So it's really nice.
They're hooked on berries.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice.
That is awesome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Long
thank you
trip.
for the
I
opportunity,
appreciate
man.
you coming. All right, we'll travel all the way up here to the front of the class. Dave, you hold that, please. Which one are you most proud of?
Probably the through dovetail.
Through dovetail?
Yeah.
So this is Dave's dovetail, through dovetail, using 5/8 northern white pine. Now, Dave, tell them a little bit about the experience. You've been here as you and I are civilians. So
Yeah,
what's it been like to be around these guys?
I don't have words to describe how powerful hearing the stories of these men and women, of their bravery, of their experiences, of their pain. Not serving myself, all I can say is for those of you out there who have similar experiences as vets, please do apply. Seeing what good it does for these guys, and also hearing the stories of your alumni, what good it has done for them. It's amazingly powerful. So it's really a great program. And for those of you like me who aren't veterans, you can certainly help out by helping donate. The money really goes to a good cause here. I forget the term that you use, that transparency, that basically most of the money, if not all of it, that gets donated.
Except for the accounting fees.
Yeah, okay. Goes to the charity. It's not like a lot of other charities where there's things skimmed off the top, and this money really goes for good. So I would encourage everyone to do that.
Thank you. Anybody say hello to at home?
Yeah, my wife, Cindy, she is watching. Tomorrow is her birthday, so happy birthday. Love you. Look forward to seeing you. My daughter, Becca, my son, Ryan, and his wife, Ruchi. And last but not least, our great-granddaughter, who's 18 months old, Lena.
Wow.
So.
Awesome. Last mention, the kitchen.
What can be said? I've watched these videos and these things before, and I hear the guys say about how wonderful the food is, and part of me thinks, yeah, right. It blows me away. It really is great quality, great taste. Your family that helps out and everyone that helps out in the kitchen does a wonderful job. Really don't have enough superlatives for it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. We got to give a big shout out to my son, Bo. You explain that one?
So, why Rob needs to be off camera right now. So Bo was in a motorcycle accident about a week ago, serious, in critical condition. He's improving, but he's in ICU, and our prayers go out to Bo, and it's going to be a long road ahead for him, but we're all putting the power of positive thinking together to help him recover. So all best wishes go out to Bo. We ask everyone out there, if you pray, to keep Bo in your prayers for his recovery. So David, did you want to say anything?
I was just going to say that we all love Luther, so you don't have to.
Hear that, Erica? You got the night off.
Oh, great.
Let's visit with the Canadian.
Yeah, evening all.
Ron? Hold on.
Okay.
You need some instruction.
Okay.
You have to hold this really close because of all the background noise.
Oh, really? Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm looking for your best dovetail.
Oh, okay.
How far do I have to look?
Not very far. I only got one. Evening all. I'm the only Canadian on this class session.
This tour.
This tour, yeah.
Tour, yeah.
Okay. So all I want to say is I want to get out there to all you Canadian vets that have not applied. Do not be afraid to apply to this great program. You'll be much more impressed with your ability to meet others and to experiences in the wood shop. If you have no experience, even better. So the Purple Heart project is an easy application. Get out there, get it done. Come to beautiful New Brunswick if you're not a resident of New Brunswick like myself. The food is great, the people are great. You'll meet lots of wonderful Americans and other foreign veterans. The experience is a great thing.
How come you're here?
I'm here.
Who got you?
I'm here because I'm pretty sure my buddy John Brown, veteran Canadian, ex-sergeant, he's artillery. He got me introduced into the program to also get me back into the woodworking. I've walked away from the woodworking a little bit. I used to be a boat builder in my days gone past. Now I'm getting back into the making a little bit of wood projects, and hopefully this is a way I'm going to be able to get some self-healing here and bring others into the program. I've got lots of connections out there, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to assist in getting some corporate funding for Rob and the Purple Heart project. And not much more I can say about that, I guess. I don't know.
How's the food, John?
Oh,
how's the food, Ron?
The food. I'm telling you, it's the best food you'll ever eat. Don't even go waste your money on going to a restaurant again, because you'll never get the food like you get here. It's a culinary experience. That, if nothing else, you'll have a culinary experience, not just a woodworking experience. The staff is great, both in the kitchen and in the workshop. You will advance from a level of skill that you never saw before, from a novice woodsman workmanship to advance. You'll be surprised how quickly you'll advance in a matter of a couple days. Here's one of my blind dovetails here.
First ever half blind?
First ever half blind, yes. And I'm loaded full of arthritis in my hands, so don't let anything stop you from coming, okay? So get out there, get her done.
I just noticed this.
What did you notice?
NHL.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Hold this really close to your mouth.
Okay.
And tell these fine folks what your experience has been like.
Well, I've been to woodworking classes before, but as you've heard from so many people here tonight, this is far more. The woodworking class is unparalleled. Rob's knowledge is a lifetime of learning that he shared with us. But beyond that, it's a lesson in life. I am not a vet, but I have learned from everyone here today and through this week, and through the experiences shared here, I'll carry with me the rest of my life. And I think the work that Rob is doing here is worthy of your support, my support, and I certainly intend to support it in the future. So I've enjoyed this experience, and I thank him for the opportunity.
Well, you're welcome. How's the food been?
Oh, the food is excellent. I'm especially looking forward to tomorrow night.
Lobster tomorrow night.
Yeah, lobster, one of my favorites, and I'm expecting it to be fresh.
Or as Kyle calls them,
Sea
spiders.
Yeah, my wife calls them, sea insects. She doesn't like them either.
They do look pretty ugly if you think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see your best dovetail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the 3 dovetail is my best.
How many have you done prior to coming here?
None hand cut.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is first. This is his third attempt.
Hey, Luther.
Third attempt, but first time cutting dovetails. And that was his half blind.
Yeah.
That was your first half.
That's the first half blind, and it's super, and it's getting better, right? So
Yeah.
I'm looking for my number 3 to be, really good.
Absolutely. And Luther?
And Luther. Luther's fantastic. I mean, he's a great contributor. Actually, Luther is from the United States, and he helps with the Purple Heart program in the U.S. But the program is phenomenal. I knew of it before I came here, but I just didn't realize the extent and the impact it has on the individuals who have the opportunity to attend, and the good that comes from it.
Oh yeah, changes lives. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for your support. So every once in a while, we find a lowly American wannabe Canadian. He's held a hockey stick before, so we offer him gear, get him some skates. We've never had one come out and score a hat trick in his first game.
That's because they call me the toe drag. No, it's a good time. I've never played hockey in Canada. So
toe pick.
That's toe pick.
That's what they call you.
Toe pick.
It was a toe pick.
I never played hockey in Canada, so that was definitely a bucket list.
Yeah.
And the fact that I get some pump Reebok skates to slip on and they had my size was interesting. I was thinking that morning too. I'm like, can't wait to slip on another guy's jock strap today. So that was a little bit special too. But I figured it out.
You had Bo. See, big shout out to Bo because you had a lot of his gear.
Thanks, Bo. No, it was a good time. It was a good group of guys, and what I've noticed in the States, playing pickup hockey, it gets feisty quick and not near as welcoming. So I'll say that, like going out there, I felt like one of the dudes. So it was pretty special. Like I actually enjoyed myself. third shift, I was thinking I was going to puke, but other than that,
Now, how come you're here?
So my older brother called me one day and he's like, dude, you got to stop what you're doing and meet this guy in Greenville. So I'm like, okay, slow down, what's going on? And so he referenced this guy. No, he did. He said, hey, there's this guy. It's hard to explain, but his name is Luther. He'll be in Greenville. You got to go drop what you're doing. So I'm like, all right. So while I drove there, he explained. And I went to Woodcraft in Greenville, and I met this guy out front. And we chatted for a while, and he talked about the Purple Heart Project and the idea of the Greenville area and how many guys down there have been part of it as well. There's a couple others, and so he talked about it for a few minutes, then he took off. And when I left, my brother called me back, and he's like, how would you explain Luther? So I'm like, usually quick to respond, but I was careful with my words. And I'm like, this guy's he's like a calculated hurricane. And, I mean it with the utmost respect. He's a ball of energy, but he truly loves deep, and it shows. He gives a lot of crap and gets a lot of crap back, but the depth of that man's heart it's impeccable. And Rob as well. And this week, y'all think we're here woodworking, but I've cried more this week than I had probably in 5 years. I didn't know I needed this, but it's been remarkable. One thing I was going to say is, and I'm not a big talker on camera, but there's been many programs I wanted to go to, but there's always somebody that's worse off that I feel like needs or deserves it more. I have all my limbs, and I have the privilege of serving in the Army and did 3 tours at the 2nd Ranger Battalion. But I've never signed up for any programs, actually. So even my brother told me about this program. I'm like, you know what, it's cool, but probably wouldn't get in. And so pretty stoked to be here. I've had a blast so far. I'm maybe not the best woodworker.
Before you get into that, so I have a small family. I have 10 children.
So my parents, they are, I didn't realize actually until I had my own kids how hard parenting is. And they have 16 kids, so yeah, they're all theirs. And they're one set of twins. It's a special family. It really is. Big families are kind of mocked and made fun of a lot because they're not common. And people don't know what to do with it. It's kind of this weird thing, but it really is special. And your family here this week makes me miss mine all the more, getting together and the banter and the fights we have and the laughs. It's a lot of fun, and it's awesome to take part in your family for a week here.
Run the ice tomorrow too.
And I wanted to share one thing actually, because my brother he invited me here because he was hit by a roadside bomb in Iraq. We were both on our first tours. I was in Afghanistan, he was in Iraq. So it was a tough couple of years for our family, and we're blessed to have him with us still. And shout out to Drew for inviting me to come, and yeah, super appreciative of him kind of cheering me on from behind. He's been asking for pictures, and I'm just pumped that I'm probably a better woodworker than him, and we'll have video evidence in a second here.
All right, which one's best?
I like this one the best,
So this was first ever?
Yeah, first ever.
So first ever dovetail.
And see, my favorite tool is actually a chainsaw. So this is a kind of a change of pace.
And first ever half-line dovetail.
Yeah, first ever. So we'll have to maybe take a picture of Drew some point, and we'll have to compare them. So.
Did you say hello to family at home?
My wife.
I'm trying to remember the checklist.
Yeah, my wife Amanda, and she's been a huge help. I've been traveling for work quite a bit, so she's been holding the fort down. And I've got 2 boys, Taylor and Riley, and I'm sure they're in sleep by now, probably.
This is on forever.
But anyways, yeah, thanks, babe, for holding the fort down.
We fed you all right?
Yeah, I've already kind of been gaining weight the last year or so, but this food here, my wife says I'm a snob. You can get a zoom in on the gut there. My wife says I'm a food snob, and I think we call him as a foodie. I like good food. I'll eat any food, but I like good food. And I was talking to Anita this morning about brisket tips, and we were kind of jaw-jacking there. And I was sitting down for dinner tonight, and I get someone yelling my name from the kitchen. It was like I was in trouble with my mom again. So I walk in there, and they're like, hey, come test this. And it's like, you're like family. It's unreal, and the food is, to feed this many people of that quality it's actually really hard. like super hard. Most restaurants don't pull it off. And to see what they do on a daily basis with like they love what they do. That's the cool part is like it's more than food. And like they truly love sharing that experience, love for it with this crew, and I think it's a ministry for them. And they get probably just as much out of it than we do.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In our family.
Thank you.
Our family.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime you come back here, bring your skates.
Absolutely.
All right. Affectionately known as Murph. I just have to remind you, you got to hold it fairly close to your mouth just because of all the background noise. Murph is another EOD, so I'm going to let him tell you. If anybody was an influence, and any other vet was an influence in getting you here, please mention that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check out your work while you're talking.
All righty. So yeah, my name's Charles Murphy, Navy EOD. Definitely came here because of posts I've seen on people's pages, Jeff O'Connor's, Pete Kearns, and what a phenomenal experience it's been to be here and just work with Rob and his crew and the whole staff here. It's just amazing. I can't even put it into words, but everybody sits here and talks about, like, oh, look at my Dovetail and stuff like that. And I mean, what are we really talking about? Like, why do I need a Dovetail? Like, what is that? What can I do with this thing, right? So you want to come, you want to learn a skill, you want to, like my son graduated college, I bought him a brand new Breitling watch. I can make him a watch box, right? If your daughter's getting married, you can make them a wedding box. You can do all kind of good stuff instead of going on Etsy and buying something from somebody else when you can actually say you made it yourself and get the pride out of knowing that you know how to do it. So I love that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Tell me a little bit what you did.
What I did?
What you did. Your service.
8 combat tours, both Iraq and Afghanistan. Served 24 years in the military and just got out and basic Navy EOD stuff, right? So I worked on SEAL Team 1 for a good portion of my career, just assaulting and supporting that in the support element for them. And I get out and been woodworking on my own, but nothing with hand tools.
So probably had, if he wasn't the best dovetailer in the class, he'd be tied for that spot. So there's this, was his first ever?
Yeah.
Okay, so first, he never cut, he woodworks, but he's never cut dovetails by hand before coming to the class. So that was his first ever half blind. And if anybody knows anything about dovetails, you look at that and you can appreciate what I just said. And this would have been his second, does that two mean a second?
Second one.
So that was the second dovetail he cut while he was here, second he'd ever cut as a through dovetail. Really, really good work.
Thank you.
You said hello to people at home.
Yeah, I'll say hello to my 2 boys, Cannon and Cody. They're both in college. And Cannon's actually at my house right now watching my dog that tore her CCL. So she had surgery. She's down for 8 weeks. So thank you for that, buddy.
And we fed you well, right?
Oh, absolutely. So the crew here makes it, yes, and Luther's
A great chef.
a character for a true officer, anyway. But I mean, I definitely couldn't have done this. I never would have thought I would do this within a couple days. It's definitely, it's not like buying tools from an engineer that just sits somewhere and you're, as an EOD guy especially, right, you're always getting new gear and stuff like that, and you're like, who designed this? Like, no one thought of the end user. Well, now you have an end user and his son designing stuff, so like his tools make this job very easy, and they do keep you well fed. So his crew in the back, like, I can't say enough about that. Like, I mean, I walk around stuffed. I'm probably going to gain 10 pounds this week.
Yeah. That's only if you miss a few meals.
Yeah. Yeah, great opportunity. So either I'm definitely going to donate myself now that I've had the opportunity to come here, but would definitely recommend either putting in an application or donating for sure. It's definitely a worthy cause.
Thanks, Murph.
Yep.
Appreciate you being here and what you do.
Thank you very much.
Look at see the Band-Aids?
Yeah.
We Canadianized them.
Used for hockey tape.
There we were here. Jack we talked to. Brandon. Can we interrupt you?
Yes, sir.
Just have to hold it close just because of all the background noise.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, what you did. Talk a little bit about your experience here. Don't forget the kitchen and anybody at home.
Yes, sir. So my name is Brandon Benson. I did 26 and a half years in the Marine Corps Infantry. I did 2 tours to Iraq, 2 tours to Afghanistan, and last battalion I was with, a buddy of mine named Brad Blevins told me about this guy named RobCosman, who did all woodworking by hand, which was intriguing, and I had an interest in woodwork, and I've used machines to do woodwork, but I've never thought about doing it by hand. And I eventually listened to Brad and put in an application, and I'll just say I really appreciate what you're doing here, Rob. It's a blessing, for sure. And the atmosphere here is incredible. Just the camaraderie, the ability to take a skill that you do woodwork with your hands and hand tools and make better products than you could with a machine, I believe. And it's just been amazing. The kitchen staff here is awesome. The food is incredible. I've been telling my wife about it all week. It's all natural, clean, good, healthy food. Luther is getting a mention every time he goes
Natural and
somewhere.
clean.
Luther is out of control. You are out of control, Luther. But it's been a blessing to come here, Rob. And I've played around with a lot of tools, and this is by far the best quality tools I've ever. I'm not ashamed to say it. If you do woodworking, get rid of what you got and go buy some of Rob's tools. I'm telling you right now, they're functional and they're the best quality tool you'll ever put in your hand.
Had you ever cut a dovetail before coming here?
Never cut a dovetail
okay,
with a
so
machine.
then take a look at this. That's his through dovetail. See both sides? And this is his half blind. And I take it obviously you never cut a half blind either.
No, sir.
Extremely good work.
Extremely good teacher.
Well, you know what? I'm the guy that seems to get all the credit, but look who we have to have with us in order to make this work. This wouldn't.
Go. Hey, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our HUA viewers tonight, Lewis James, former Marine. He's a disabled Marine watching us tonight. I just want to give a great shout out to him. Buddy, you're not alone in your woodworking journey or your strife. You got to hang tough. And I want hp.org, shoot me an email. All right, and I also want you to apply for the Purple Heart program, and I want you to continue to woodworking and never give up the fight, buddy.
Hey, once a Marine, always a Marine, right?
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
You said a former Marine.
I
made that mistake one time.
Yeah, but that's, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's go back down here. To all our Marines and our airmen and our Army and our Navy. So we're starting over.
Okay, take 2.
Yeah, take 2. We got through this last one before we realized the internet was out. So if you take it from the top, Dan has a unique perspective because he's a career military man, but he's also here as in the capacity of a civilian student. So I want you, he can talk to you a little bit differently than maybe some of the others can. having been on both sides, being on both sides of the fence.
Okay. Anyway, my name is Dan Else. I was a 21-and-a-half-year veteran of the United States Navy as a commissioned officer, naval flight officer, flying in fighters for multiple deployments during the Cold War to the Mediterranean. Also did deployments to Western Pacific. And so after 21 years, I retired. I went to work for the Library of Congress and stayed there for another 17 years. In the meantime, I was undergoing I was in a PhD program, a doctoral program at one of the universities down in the lower 48. And when I completed that, finished my dissertation in 2008, I thought, I've had enough of this brain stuff. I want to do woodworking. I want to do something with my hands. Little did I realize just how much brain power it takes to do woodworking. So that part of it hasn't changed. I first heard about Rob during maybe 10, 12 years ago. And at that time I was, it was one among many out on the internet doing woodworking shows. But on the other hand, in woodworking instruction, but on the other hand, in 2016, this Purple Heart project came up, and it was a changing experience to realize that there was someone who would devote all this effort that you see around you to helping veterans. And I figured if there's somebody who wants to help a veteran, usually the best person to help that veteran, other than their spouse perhaps, is another veteran. So I said, I got to get into this. It took me, 5 years now, 6 years, of trying to get into the class to meet some of these veterans, and I'm very, very glad I have. You've seen these guys and gals working in here. They're just terrific people, and they really benefit from this program. So I strongly suggest that if you're a wounded veteran, I'm going to turn the tables a little bit here. Most of these folks have told you, get over yourself, apply for the program, etc. I'm making it your responsibility to support these people and all the effort that they put into this to apply to the program. If you think you're not worthy to apply for the program, don't make that decision yourself. Let them make that decision. But you have to apply to give them the opportunity to do that. And I also want to shout out for the Bench Brigade. The Bench Brigade is a worldwide network of volunteers who build the workbenches like you see around us here for each veteran who comes through the scholarship program and deliver it. I've been a Bench Brigade member for about 3 years now. I've done 2 benches for 2 veterans in my home state of Virginia.
Who was it?
One was Tim Pierce, who was here in 2022. He lives in Virginia Beach. And then the other one is Greg Harding, who lives in Dumfries, Virginia. I made benches for both of those veterans, and I can't stress enough how rewarding an experience it is to do that. It's an honor. And so I want anyone out there who has even the slightest propensity to do woodworking or to support this program, volunteer for the Bench Brigade. You can get the contact information. Rob can give it to you in a little while. And once you volunteer, make sure that you stay with it. If you volunteer and you get the call from Jack Lane, who runs the program, that there's a veteran near you who needs a bench, make the bench. Do not back out. That's really all I got.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you.
We looked at your job. Yes, thank you. Appreciate you being here. Who's talking? Ursula, before you start, can you speak?
Yeah,
You
hi.
just have to keep it close to your mouth just because of all the background noise. But we don't have a whole lot of ladies in our class, probably 1 in 20 maybe. But we have 2 this time, and they both do very good work. So just tell them a little bit about your experience in being here.
Oh, well, thanks, Rob. I think I'm just the average.
Also that you're a veteran, too.
I am a veteran. I served in the Air Force for one tour. Had a career in aviation following that. Retired now. I'm a hobbyist woodworker, and I came across Rob on the YouTube and started taking some of his courses online, and then heard about Purple Heart Project and decided what a great way to combine my interest in advancing my skills coupled with a program such as this to help our veterans. And so it's been fantastic, as everyone said. And maybe instead of a shout out to my family, I would just say to anybody, if you served in our armed services, thank you for your service. And if you served during times of crisis and war, thank you for your sacrifice. It's great to be here.
Can we have a look at your best dovetail?
Okay.
Had you ever cut them before coming here?
First time.
So this is a first time experience.
And I think my learning is mostly, I just didn't know how much I was getting wrong because I was at home by myself with, developing bad habits. Just where to put the elbow, put my body positioning, things like that for a straight saw line, all brand new to me.
Anyone to say hi to?
No, I'm good, thanks.
No? How about the food?
It's fantastic, as everybody said. We were like, can't say enough about the program. I would say I was nervous about coming, and so anybody who's out
Can
there.
I ask you why?
Just because I'm, just an average, citizen who, I didn't want to. I don't know. I just think that what people have been through who served is incredible, and I was just a little shy about it. And but I would just anybody who's a little concerned or a little shy like me, please jump in. It's just been a wonderful experience for all of us, the civilians and the veterans. I think alike.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Rob.
being here.
And if I could just maybe say one more thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I just want to say I think a testament to you and your leadership and everybody who runs this program to be in this crisis with Bo and to still be so committed to the cause. I think speaks volumes. So thank you.
So say something to Bo.
Well, Bo, we're all thinking of you. We're all rooting for you. We've got you in our thoughts and our prayers, and we know you're going to pull through and be in better shape than ever. So just hang in there.
Thank you. So we're coming to the top of the class. Now Jim was going to be here with another friend of mine who wasn't able to, but should be, and should be here as a wounded vet, him being a Vietnam vet. So I want you to talk specifically to him, okay?
Well, this has been a real eye-opening experience for me that all the veterans here have welcomed all the civilians to be part of their tribe, and it's a real feeling of brotherhood here. And my friend, when he's able to come, it'll be good. He's definitely earned a place here. And the things that we've learned here are very easy. I mean, well, they're simple, but it's very, you got to pay attention. This is the first dovetail, half-line dovetail that I cut.
Remarkable.
It's amazing, and I didn't think I'd be able to do this before I came, and I definitely appreciate the opportunity to be here.
We didn't starve you.
Yes, and it's great. The conditions are good. The food is excellent. The instruction was really good. I couldn't ask for a better experience.
Hours are a little short.
The hours are kind of long, but it's worth it. It's worth it. You can go to other training schools and go for a few hours a day, and then that's all. And this is not something that you just pick up in 2 hours, but it is definitely achievable to anyone if they want to do it. Can do it. It's each part of it. It's not that hard. Each step is not that hard. You just have to follow the procedure. Just do it in the right order with the right tools, because everybody knows the better tools make the job so much better, so much easier. And Rob's got the experience to be able to teach it right. Seems like I'm glad I got to come. about coming here for the last few years. Finally been able to make it. I'll definitely try to come back.
Awesome.
Yep, thank you. Thank you.
All right, I need some tallies here, Ken. First, any more vets to say hello to?
Chris Pallett.
Chris Pallett, yeah. Chris.
And there's the bench brigade volunteers. You get to give them a show.
Yeah, oh, this is, okay, so here's what happens. We started this program four years ago or longer? It's been at least 4 years. And Jack Lane, who's a retired Air Force veteran down in Texas, I don't even remember how Jack and I got connected, but he begged me to head this up, and I begged him to head it up. So the goal was so that when the vets came to the program, we sent them home with tools, somebody would volunteer and make them a bench, and we'd get it delivered to them. We were looking for 30 or 32 volunteers when we first started. Now we're well over 300, represented in 5 or 6 countries. We've delivered, Jake, what did you tell me? How many?
172.
172 benches have been delivered? Or does that include this class?
I made the number up.
Oh, you made the number
over
up.
160.
All right, so a lot of benches. So I'm just going to read the current list of volunteers for the vets that are here. So Jordan's bench is being made by Terry Jensen, York, South Carolina, Woodworkers Guild. Yeah, see it. Thank you, Terry. Big thank you. Ron's bench is being built by the Kodiak Woodworkers Guild. They're going to be here tomorrow to present it to them because they're just an hour and a bit away. And that's Jim going to be coming down. Charles's bench is being built by Jonathan Pettis. I hope that was right. Thank you, Jonathan. Thayer's bench is being built by Pudge Nielsen. I love the story behind that name. Out in Idaho. Thank you, Pudge. Williams' bench is being built by Ryan West. I know that name. Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. And Frank, way over in Denmark, guess who's building his bench? Casper. And I think Casper's actually coming back next year. He's going to be my assistant 1 month. Casper, brother, thank you. What?
Ken, did you have any more vets?
No.
Okay. So we've got Noah Mutry.
Noah? What's Noah doing? Oh, Noah, no. You mean Noah's on?
Yeah.
Hey, Noah, brother.
Mike Miller.
Hey, Mike. Mike had his daughter. Mike came 2 years ago? Last year.
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years ago. And his daughter came, who has also come at Winnipeg, came here just in our last class.
And Craig Miller from last class, September.
Craig?
Aaron Croft.
Hi, Aaron.
And there's one more. Oh, Boom Boom.
Boom Boom.
You know
Bubba?
Daniel? No, Boom Boom.
Boom Boom.
Luther's look-alike.
Oh, what a tag. Kevin Burr's not on?
I didn't see him. Oh, John Hayes is on as well.
John Hayes, brother. Let's go over here real quick. I always have to talk about John Hayes. John came back in the early part of the summer. John is a combat wounded Marine EOD. John stepped on a mine, lost both legs. One took out his hip and his bum. His guts were wrecked. So he's got a permanent colostomy, blew all the flesh off his right arm, him being right-handed. And this is a dovetail that he did from a wheelchair. I was so impressed. I said, John, I know you want to take it home, but if you let me have it, it's going up on my wall. And he's got some other brothers up here too that also, if they were on tonight, I'd be talking about them
Brent
as well.
Nelson would like you to compare Luther's to Erica's dovetail.
after he's gone. John worked as my assistant for 2 classes down in Orlando, and he was fantastic. John, brother. Wait, I got to book you for January too. We'll be back down. think we're doing 3 days. I'll be in touch. What do we have for, what are we giving away tonight? Hey, folks. 1, 2, 3, we love you, Bo. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Bo. Oh, buddy.
And Jake too.
No, not Jake. Jake too. So who are we giving, what are we giving away? Does anybody know? What? No. What's the tally?
3,500 donations.
35? So we're giving away 3 dead cats. And we're going to give away 3 prizes. And in the time that it takes to give away the 3 dead cats, I've got to come up with the 3 prizes. We've been a little preoccupied these last few weeks. Okay, Frick, you want to start with the dead cats?
Just give me 1 second.
Do you have a mic? Or do you need this one?
No, I got one. Just give me a sec.
Sorry, we lost our internet tonight, but we recovered. You want to go over and take a look at the tool cabinet while they're talking? No? Got to promote it.
Why? We're not doing anything with it.
Well, we got to figure out a way. Suspense is building. What are we going to give away tonight, Ken? What are we going to give away? How about we give away two crosscut saws, 2 crosscut saws and a dovetail, and 2 crosscut saws and a rip. Do that? Okay. So these are the Cosman crosscut saws, and the boys, everybody, they had to use them this week because they're cross-cutting the big pine boards, and they all mentioned, oh, this thing cuts so beautifully. Tracks straight. So we will give away 3 of those.
All right, we're doing dead cats first?
Yep,
All
3
right.
dead cats. Big shout out to Moose for doing this for us. He had to leave early, but he comes up every class and gives all of the vets a dead cat sweater, complimentary of Pat's Secret Garden, which is the name of Moose's business.
All right, first one's going to Mike Rowan in New Jersey.
Mike, congratulations. You'll need it coming soon.
Oh, look at that. Number 2's
Sue?
going to Sue B.
Sue, we're adding to your collection of dead cat sweaters. Sue's down in Florida. She's my friend in Florida. Every time I go, she's always there.
And number 3 is going to Melanie Boyer in Quebec.
Melanie Boyer in Quebec. Congratulations, you will need that soon. All right, let's give away 3. This is the full-size panel saw. We're going to give away 1 rip and 3 crosscuts. 2 crosscuts, sorry. So we give away 1 prize for every $1,000 increment we have in donations. So the first one, did somebody add in Friday's totals? Okay.
Yeah, so the first one, Richard Schweim in Michigan.
Richard Schwein in Michigan. Congratulations, Richard. You're going to get the rip saw. Actually, you know what? You can have your choice, rip or crosscut. Just let Gina know when you contact her.
Okay, number 2 is going to Ron Bingham in Lincolnshire, UK.
Hi, Ron, way over in the UK. Congratulations, Ron. Same thing when Gina contacts you. You have your choice.
And number 3.
And the third one
starts with a W. William Moak in Long Sault, Ontario.
William Oak in Long Sault, Long Sault.
Like Sault
right?
Ste.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Long Sault, Ontario. I don't know.
Sue B said she already has a dead cat sweater, so you can give it.
Give it away? All right. I knew she'd do that. Thanks, Sue. So William in Long Sault, Ontario. When you get a hold of Gina or Gina gets hold of you, you can have your choice. Congratulations.
So
and the final dead cat, thanks to Sue and her collection of dead cats.
See here.
Or drum roll.
It's going to...
Are we on in 2 weeks, Frick?
Yeah, we can be, yeah. James Scasia in Roseville, California.
So James Scasia in Roseville. We're sending you out a dead cat sweater, brother. Congratulations. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Help us with our mission. We've burned up all of our money. We made it through the year. Big thanks to my friend John down in Florida. He donated the entire cost of the October class. Huge. But now we're back to zero. So we've got $350,000 to raise so we can pull off our 6 classes in 2025 and bring in 42 combat wounded vets. Be a part of it. Come with us on the journey. You'll love it. See you in 2 weeks. Have a good one.